Good morning, everyone. Yes, I'm Eric Paquin, and I'm the new SOC model here at Learnovate. I also happen to be the head of research, innovation, and technology. And I'm just waiting for my slides to come up. There we go. So today, I'll be talking about our work across different types of research, connects with real-world industry, and helps us rethink learning, reskill workers, and reinvent how we approach education. Clicker. Yeah? There we go. I always say it's not a good presentation if technology doesn't work. So that's done out of the way. Excellent. So I'll briefly touch on how those three areas, research, innovation, and technology, interact and reinforce each other, and how they come together to drive impact across all our projects. You'll hear about our three types of research, our research-adapted innovation framework, and all that drives impact across our project. But let's start with technology, because we all know what the elephant in the room is. Gen AI. There we go, Gen AI. So it's everywhere, it's fast, and it's disruptive. It's also been a key area of focus here at Learnovate for the last 18 months. So we started with a wide exploration on how it could impact the future of learning technology. And this led us to launch a suite of core research projects to explore how Gen AI can improve, not replace, learning experiences. There. But here's the thing. Technology alone isn't enough. Human-centered research still matters. And yes, Gen AI is changing the landscape, but so is technology. We always bring it back to how it supports humans to learn and grow. Later this morning, you'll also hear about our effort to collaborate on an initiative aiming to unite testbeds across Europe. So what are testbeds? They're live learning environments where schools, universities, companies can test their tools, adapt them, improve them with real feedback from real users. So that's where innovation actually happens, on the ground, not just in theory. So let's touch on research. So here at Learnovate, we do research across 4 pillars. We started with personalization and transversal skills, and more recently we added accelerated digital transformation and the learner in the future of work. While these areas are very vast, we narrowed them a little so we could focus our research around some themes, which you can see here. Our research happened in 3 stages. It's informed by our industry members, and it's gated so at between each stages, if we seek validation to see if it does answer an industry need. So at stage 1, it's all about exploration. That's where we think big, we do deep dives, and into the concept, into the idea. Then we move to stage 2. It's all about validation. That's where we collaborate with research working groups. We prototype, we ideate, we look at different solutions, and we're making sure that those solutions match industry needs. And finally, we move at stage 3. Stage 3 is about development. That's where we develop demonstrators that are ready for members to try and to hopefully commercialize. While our first 2 projects, 2 stages at the moment focus on AI, projects like SS21C are defining how we evaluate 21st century skills in project-based learning. Now let's talk about our 3 types of research. So our core research, as I mentioned, is industry-led. That's the longer-term research. It's funded by government and informed by our members. And it's aimed at exploring what's next. Then we have the competitive research. That's mostly European funded, and it's done in collaboration with other institutions across Europe. And finally, we have the members research. And these are applied projects that are driven by our industry members' immediate challenges. So you'll hear more this afternoon in our 2 research tracks, there's Rethink and Reskill, one about formal education and the other one about corporate learning. So on the core research side, you discover our research and our latest report on the role that AI can play in coaching. And you'll also hear about our research leave the labs and leave the hands of a researcher and make it out into the real world. Then, on the competitive side, projects like TD3C and EGDA, we work with European partners on strategic challenges. Things like inclusive digital learning or adapting training for marginalized community. So these projects connect us with EU-level policy and best practices. And finally, our members' research. That's where we unlock impact and value for the industry with our members. So take the TikTok learning approach that we do with WorkJuggle, or validating the communities of practice research in collaboration with Hibernia College. So these are direct applied outputs that tackle current learning and upskilling needs in the industry. And across all three types of research, we drive impact that spans edtech, financial services, public sector, and beyond. So that's one question I have for you. Today, what's the top challenge you face in the world of learning and development? You all have the Slido code here on the side of the screen. That question should eventually come up. I don't know if it is up now, but when it comes up, throughout the day, just answer your thoughts around that, because as I mentioned, our research is led by the industry, so informed by the industry. So if we can capture what is your top challenges, you have the chance to inform what the future of our research will be. Now, let's talk about innovation. So let's be honest, research doesn't always result into innovation. So what does it take to get innovation out of our research? Well, it only becomes innovation when it lands, when it sticks, when a member or the industry uses it to do something better. So when you add value and impact, that's when you get innovation. Adding value and impact, that's what Learnovate is built for. So we take our excellent research, we use our innovation framework, rapid and great design, and support it with the right technology. And that helps our member put it into action. So by combining our expertise around innovation, learning science, education technology, and user experience, we're not chasing shiny objects. We're building practical, meaningful solutions to real problems in learning and work. So how do we ensure that our research doesn't just sit on the shelf? Well, we do that by embedding innovation process across all of our projects. We apply human-centered design methods, things like jobs to be done, learner journey mapping, rapid prototyping, to make sure that research delivers real value to our real users. What else does it take to turn research into impact? Well, sometimes it takes a little bit of experimentation and change of perspective. So I know it's just about 9:30, but I'm going to run a little experiment here. So can I get everybody to stand up for a second? So I want all of you imagine that there's a giant clock on the ceiling, and I draw a big clockwise circle with your finger around the ceiling. I need to see everybody doing that. There you go. Now bring your finger down and look at what direction it's going now. Let's go in the opposite direction. So today, keep that change of perspective in mind as we reskill, rethink, reinvent the learning and the future of work together. And let me now introduce John Anaway to the MC for today. Thank you.